I'm Keisha Dixon. I am the Executive Director of the Asante Art Institute of Indianapolis. We use theater arts, acting, singing, dance, and storytelling to teach life skills and build an awareness of global citizenship. And at the same time, we preserve African and African American performing techniques. We predominantly serve African American individuals and families. COVID, of course, has impacted us more so than other populations. Our artists went through a grieving process because they could not do in person, and we laid off staff for approximately 3 weeks, but they had to get back on the saddle because our children were out there. They still have to learn, and they still have to be thinking about how they're going to get through this, because we are going to take them to the other side.
The project is looking at the ways in which Black arts and cultural organizations and institutions in the city of Indianapolis have responded to and have been resilient in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic. The project has identified 5 organizations in Central Indiana. These organizations cover everything from art installations to dance performances to amazing children's theater to historic retellings to even growing gardens on the east side of Indianapolis to help recover historical ways of horticulture and cultural practices from the African diaspora. They provide a number of other cultural and social services to the communities that they serve, from arts to food preparation to educational services and support to just providing spaces and places for the Black community to come together and share their celebrations and their grievances.
We were thinking the fall of 21, creating a portal to act as a ground zero or a clearinghouse for these various organizations that we're working with. We want to be able to aggregate resources, data, all sorts of cultural assets, but also we want to be able to share some of the success stories and some of the strategic efforts that they have utilized over the years that work.
The whole world has been devastated by COVID-19. And we know that while it has devastated the broader population, that poorer communities, browner communities, Black communities have been disproportionately devastated by this crisis. It has not only negatively impacted the ability for smaller arts and cultural institutions like Asante Art Institute to do its work, but it has also placed a greater degree of pressure on them to do more work. So at the time that COVID-19 has increased its impact on Black and brown communities, we are also calling on for the creativity and the resilience of these cultural organizations to step up and to fill the gaps actually caused by this devastation. These online plays that organizations like Asante are doing are actually filling in for the lack of arts in our school system, are filling in for the fact that summer camps were all canceled this summer, are filling in for the fact that parents need a break during a crisis where jobs have not stopped and people and time has actually increased. We want to highlight the great work that they're doing, even in the midst of losing resources and having to evolve and change in the midst of this crisis. And we most importantly want to talk about the disproportionate resilience and creativity that around the country, that as these organizations were responding to COVID-19, that they did not cower or turn back away from their organizational mission, but they actually increased their organizational reach.
So we want to help generate some synergy around that, partnering, if you will, on events and programming in the future, sharing resources, not just during COVID, but also during, post-COVID. I mean, you can't put a price tag on the amount of service and the amount of contributions and commitments that we have made, these organizations have made to the artistic landscape, to the educational landscape. And of course, you cannot put an impact on the number of children and families whose lives have been touched as a result of being in relationship with these organizations.
This project is telling stories that people need to know. We don't depend on the schools to share what we're sharing. So we're going to tell the truth about our history.